Hey, son. So today you would have been 26. I want to say happy birthday. I had dreams last night that were really bizarre. I dreamt about this person I know whose mother OD'd when he was like 15. And this was back when I was around your age. I knew him. He was is the son of my first serious martial arts trainer. And so today I wrote him and acknowledged both our losses. And then I kind of dozed off a little because it was early in the morning, and realized that there was a kid your age that I had been buying cannabis oil from. And I always felt a little, sketchy doing that because it's just a little druggy. And I've been off cannabis for a couple of months now, which has been pretty fantastic. And so I wrote him, and I said my son, my awesome son, would have been 26 years old today. And I told him how much I cared about him, and I found him to be a brilliant and sensitive young man, and that I couldn't get any higher with what I was doing. I just wasn't solving my problems by trying to drown them in painkillers. For me, it was weed. Well, particularly cannabis oil, which is a very highly concentrated. You and I smoked it together. I met him after you died. And he wrote me back the most touching, sensitive reply. And that was really set the tone for my day. I wrote a treatment for the film shoot that we're going to do for the group, and put together a budget, sort of put my producer skills to work. And then I visited your sister and her partner. And your sister said to me, like, I feel like we should do something. And I said, this is what Forrest would have wanted, for us to really communicate, really talk, which is what we did, deeply communicated. And remembered you in a very loving way, which is something I haven't been able to do till now. I don't even know how I'm doing it now, but it's been happening. I didn't touch my guitar today. I didn't have time. I went and I worked out hard in your honor, because I know we would have done that today, and that you would have really liked it. You would have really, you would have liked that. You're such a good person. Such a deep, loving, caring person. There's an article in my news feed about how to talk to somebody if you suspect they're having a problem with addiction. And I just realize it's so difficult. Because I remember how I reached you, and I think I did reach you, heart to heart. I remember that last year, before you turned 18, you were seriously going off the rails. And I spoke to you from a place of fear and love. And we went and did some family counseling. But I kind of felt something give in you where you accepted maybe not using. And to my knowledge, you didn't use for about 4 years. So I have been less angry. And I don't know why. Less punishing of my species and people around me, my family. And more loving. I think the hate and the violence in me was really eating up my brain. I watch a lot of videos about other addicts. And they've got these pithy things to say, like one thing that stuck out, like, you didn't cause it, you can't control it, and you can't cure it, which is the thing that they tell the family. And I do feel responsible. I can't really help it. That I partially caused it. I tried to control you, control it, or convince you that there was a better, beautiful life. Maybe that's trying to control it. I didn't even know a person's supposed to cure it. But I just want to say to addicts that you're the only ones with the power. Say that you're powerless over your addiction, and it's the opposite. You're the only ones with the power. I watched some clip about Nancy Reagan, and people gave her shit for saying just say no. She was ridiculed. But then when you watch the whole speech that she gave, it was like pleading with drug addicts to choose life. That's what she said, choose life. choose your beautiful life. I can't remember exactly her words. And say no, just say no to this false, dark, and disgusting path. And we may not like it, but it's dead on. If anybody does a drug like this, like heroin, or like the heroin addicts that I see on YouTube just talking their shit, it's like they're so fucked. And when did they get fucked like this? Because they didn't start this way. They were just regular people. I think the drug turns you into one of those people. And I know that you didn't want to be one. So sometimes I think that it isn't that you killed yourself, but that you preferred to die than to face the truth of what this garbage turns you into and would have turned you into. I know you must have fought really, really hard before you decided to use it again. And we had some really good years. And for that, I thank you. And I'm proud to be your father. I'll try to get to the chords in the upper strings tomorrow. Have a good night.